Hey guys, I'm Katie. I'm going to be teaching a all levels yoga class, and I'm really glad that you're participating with me because I think that being in our bodies and enjoying our bodies, getting more in touch with ourselves, can really help us get us through this time together. So, thank you for practicing with me. We will be doing all levels yoga class. So I will be giving some modifications and you're welcome to take them. I'll give you options and some options to take things further or bring it back a little bit to a more soothing posture. So choose your own adventure. Find what feels good for your body and let's start. So we're going to start in any comfortable seat. You can use a block like so, or you could use something like this from your couch to boost yourself up if that gives you some more space in the lower back. You can also choose to sit like this or just on your seat. So whatever feels good. Roll your shoulders up, take a deep breath in, exhale, slide them down the spine. And just start to get in touch with what your breath feels like. Maybe it's a little short, maybe it's long and smooth. What is it like for you right now? Start to breathe in through the nose. Notice how the belly expands, side body expands, back body. Maybe your chest lifts a little bit, crown of the head lifts up a little bit, neck is long. Exhale, let it out the mouth. Your next inhale through the nose, grow your body long, tuck the chin slightly. Exhale, draw the belly in. As you exhale out the nose, feel a slight fog in the back of your teeth as you breathe out, like you're fogging a mirror. And that slight hiss as you exhale. So inhale again, lengthen, ground down through the spine, this sits bones. And exhale, draw that belly closer towards the spine. Feel it contract as you let it out the nose. You can feel that in the back of your throat, that little hiss. Do that a couple more times, just at your own pace. Circle the shoulders a little bit. That feels good. You can circle them on the breath. Exhaling them down. Inhaling them up. Just getting more familiar with that hissing sound. Breathing in through the nose. Exhaling out through the nose. We're going to draw some circles with the nose. Inhaling up, exhaling over. And other way around. Take a deep breath in again. Roll the shoulders up and back down the spine. And then we're going to interlace our fingers. Press the palms out. On an inhale, reach them forward, up over the head, and then exhale, let them trickle down. You're welcome if it's too tight to interlace the fingertips all the way up. You can just reach them up with the hands spaced out a little bit more. Inhale, let's do this a couple more times. Up, extend, press that heart through the shoulders. Exhale, trickle the fingertips down. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, reach forward, up, and exhale. The palms can be up or down. You can play with what that feels like. We'll do that a couple more times throughout the class, but for now, we're going to lift ourselves off the block, if you're there, and your legs can be either crossed like crisscross applesauce, or like this. And from there, we're going to reach our fingertips back, just a few inches behind your hips. Inhale, lift the hips up, reach the heart open. Call this the flash dance pose. Exhale, drop the hips, open heart. Bring the hands to heart center. And just take a moment to breathe. Maybe set an intention here, or why you've come to practice today, why you chose to do this, to get in touch with yourself. Maybe that's your reason. Why are you here? All right, so we'll bring our hands and knees. So your hands are right under your shoulders, knees are right under your hips. We're going to take a couple cat-cows. So a cat-cow starts from your tailbone. You ripple through the spine, reach your heart forward, lift your hips up, press through the fingertips. Exhale, curl the spine up towards the sky, tuck the chin, reach through the shoulders, keep pressing through those fingertips to relieve tension from the wrist. And then just on your breath, take it in, reach it up. Exhale, curl in to your little cubby hole. Inhale, expand. Really just utilize your breath to let yourself decide when to transition through these postures. If you want to get a little more just kind of loosey-goosey with it, weird with it, you can start to just explore what your body wants to stretch. So this can be kind of circular motion, reaching the hips back to the heels, and up, maybe bending one shoulder and the other, whatever feels good. Just exploring that, and going the opposite way if you're going in a circle. You can reach your head back towards your hip, stretching the skin and the muscles of one side and then the other side. Maybe one more cat-cow. This is your cow pose. This is your cat pose. And come back to center. Get your wrists right underneath your shoulders if they're not already. And then you're going to bring the weight slightly onto your left leg. Extend through the right leg. Press that heel away from you. And you're trying to scoop your rib cage in as you really extend through the leg and strengthen those muscles around the bone. Spin that pinky toe down, so try and point your toes, your right toes, towards the left side of your mat, so those hips are really even. One more breath here. If you'd like to take it a step further, you can reach the left fingertips out as well, or you can keep them down to the mat. On your next inhale, lengthen through that leg. Exhale, knee comes in towards the nose, and press it back out. If you're using your hand as well, leg and arm extend. Exhale, elbow and knee come in towards the center of the body and extend. Let's do that once more. Extend that right leg out once more. The arm is lifted. Keep it lifted. Keep drawing that rib cage in, almost like you're trying to come into a cat. And exhale that left arm down if it's not already. Drop the right foot down. And then you're going to kickstand out the left leg. Reach your right hips up to the sky and reach like you're pulling a bow and arrow, the right fingertips up above the right ear, the shoulder, coming into gate pose. You're welcome to lift the leg here or keep it down to the floor. Take deep breaths, keep opening out through the heart. Don't drop into that right, left shoulder. Reach it up, press through the fingertips. Strong foundation. reach up and grow. Exhale back down to hands and knees. You can wiggle it out if you'd like. Do the opposite side. So this time the left leg extends behind you. You can reach the right fingertips out if you'd like, or keep them on the floor. Spiral that left pinky toe down so that the toes are facing towards the right edge of the mat. So you can make sure that those hips are centered, like both headlights are facing down. From here, either the hand is lifted or down. We'll reach both or just the knee in towards the heart. And extend. Really squeeze the muscles toward the bone. Squeeze the tension energy out through the fingertips and the heel of the toes. Let's do that 3 more times. Exhale, pull in. Inhale, extend. Exhale. Inhale, grow long. Now you're going to drop that back foot down. Kickstand the right leg. Reach the hips, the left hip bone up towards the sky, and extend the left fingertips. Engage the belly, pull the rib cage in, and maybe lift that left leg, or keep it down on the floor. Gate pose. Enjoy that heart opening out, the skin of the shoulder and the hands extending, stretching, and come back down to hands and knees. We're going to tuck the toes under, sit the hips back, and come into an active child's pose. So drop the head down, the forehead can come to the mat if you'd like. Really squeeze through the arm bones, the muscles to the bone, active arms. And then untuck the toes, just let the arms go relaxed. Child's pose. You can rock the head back and forth if that feels good, to give yourself a little massage on the forehead. Deep breath, press the belly into the thighs, exhale, the hips sink a little deeper, and then we're going to roll up, roll out the wrists. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart center. We're going to come to hands and knees again. Tuck the toes under. Lift the hips up like you're going over a hurdle. So you're going to lift them up and then back, dropping the heels down. Coming to your first downward facing dog. The heart is reaching through the shoulders. The fingertips are pressing into the earth to lift those wrists just not off the floor, but to give them a little less weight. And the thighs are spiraling inward. The elbows, the eyes of the elbows, the inner elbows are reaching forward. And just really enjoy exploring this posture. Notice what needs to stay strong and what you can relax. Maybe the head and neck are stiff, so you can shake them yes and no. Pedal the feet. Just explore the extension in the spine and the belly. And then bend the knees, look forward, and start to walk slowly up to a forward fold. The feet can be about hip width distance, or you can bring them together, whatever feels better for you. Let me keep them hip width distance for now. Grab opposite elbows and just sway back and forth. Or you can stay still. Shake the head, yes and no. Reach those shoulders back down the spine. Engage the legs. That will help protect your back and bring the weight into the balls of the feet. Now we're going to draw the fingertips up the shins, extend through the spine, squeeze the shoulder blades. Let's come here. And exhale down. Now Now again, we're going to reach up. This time we're going to make basically an L with the body, or just feel that shape in the body. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. The hands are going to come to the thighs. Keep those legs, those glutes strong. Extend through the spine. The neck is an extension of the spine. So you're looking straight down. You don't want to crick your neck up. And exhale down. So that was our halfway lift. You can either come here to the shins, to the ankles, or you can come all the way up to the thighs. Again, you can have a bend in the knees if you need to feel that long lower back. We did our halfway lift, exhale. Let's roll all the way up. Engage to the thighs. Slow, slow, like you're stacking tiny teacups on top of each other. Reach the shoulders up and back. Exhale. Inhale, reach the fingertips over the head. And exhale, hands to heart center. Come back to your intention. Make sure you can see my head. Definitely not see my head. Okay. All right, so you're here in mountain pose. Just notice the subtle balance in the feet. The weight comes forward and back in the heels. Cross your left foot behind your right. Reach the fingertips up. Grab onto that left wrist and pull your body over towards the right thigh. So your weight is about even in both feet. Your left hip is pushed out towards the left. You're reaching your right arm over. And come back to stand. This time, other leg right under or behind the left. Grab your right wrist and pull over. Enjoy that deep stretch in the whole side body, the shoulder, the wrists. And come back to standing. Trickle the fingers down. We're going to inhale, reach the fingertips up. Exhale, forward fold. And I'm going to have to tip the camera back again. Inhale, halfway lift, either the shins or the thighs. And exhale down, bend the knees deeply, plant the palms around the feet, and step back to a plank pose. Extend through the fingers, engage to the arms. Feel that U of strength coming up through the inner arms, all the way to the chest. Back down through the fingertips, down through the spine, the ankles. And then we're going to drop down to the knees. We're going to squeeze our elbows in and then slowly lower to our bellies. Reach the shoulders up to your ears and back down. Inhale, baby cobra. So you're igniting the core. You're squeezing through the belly. You're pressing through the pubic bone. You're pressing the tops of your feet down onto the mat. Reach the heart through the shoulders. Again, neck is an extension of the spine, so we don't want to reach it and look all the way forward. You're just looking a couple inches in front of you. You can come up a little bit more. Exhale down. Let's wave through this 3 times. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Plant the palms right around your chest. Squeeze the elbows in. Lift all the way up to a plank. You can always drop the knees down here. Come all the way up. Reach the hips up and back to your downward facing dog. And if you're like, I don't want to do downward dog, then that's fine. You can come to child's pose. Another good one is puppy dog pose, which is kind of like child's pose. You're just walking your hands out a little more. Your butt is off your heels, and you're reaching the heart through the shoulders. So any of those are great. If you are in downward facing dog, lift the right leg up towards the sky. Keep spiraling that right pinky toe down. So your hips are centered, your shoulders, the weight is evenly distributed there, and you're reaching the right leg long. Squeeze the glute. Exhale, bring it in. So you can take a million little steps up to your hand. You can try and walk it through. Coming to a low lunge, a runner's lunge. You're going to drop the back knee down, untuck the toes. Inhale, reach up. So now we're in this little low lunge. If you need to double up the mat for your knee, you're welcome to. Like that. Engage to the belly, squeeze the inner thighs together, and press through the shin of the left leg, and that'll relieve a little tension in the knee or a little weight. So we're not sinking into the hips, we're pretty lifted here. Interlace the fingers, reach out and up and release. Exhale. Inhale forward, up, and release. Once more, forward, up, and release. Bring the fingertips to the mat and start reaching through the hips so you're sending the hips back towards behind you, not towards the heel. You don't want to sit all the way down, but you're bringing the hips back, you're flexing the toes towards you. And if you have something that you want to use to kind of lift that back or lengthen the spine a little bit more, give yourself some more space, that's totally fine. Inhale here. Exhale. And move around a little bit. Just find what feels really good for you in the stretch. What does your body want? If you'd like, you can fold over the leg, or you can keep lifted like this. Exhale, come forward. Undo the mat if you have it like that. Plant the palms, tuck the toes under, lift that left leg back, and we're going to walk or step the leg back to plank or kneeling plank. One more breath here. And on our next inhale, we're going to lift our hips up and back again to your downward facing dog. And we're going to take 3 deep breaths here. So choose your own adventure, what posture you want to be in here. Remember why you're here. Remember your breath. Notice it. Inhale, lift the left leg up towards the sky. Spin that left pinky toe down. Hips are centered. Exhale, knee comes into nose. And step it through. Bring that right knee down. Untuck the toes. Lift the fingertips up. And exhale. You can bring them to your thigh. Again, you can double up the mat if you like. Press through the right shin. Engage to the inner thigh so it's kind of zipping you up. Your rib cage is strong. Your core is strong. Your glutes are strong. Interlace the fingers. Inhale, reach forward, up, and release. Play with what direction your palms want to be, up or down. Inhale, forward, up, and release. Once more, forward, up, and release. Come down, untuck the mat, or keep it tucked actually, because we'll be sitting back in our hips now. Walk the fingertips back, or if you want to use something that's a little taller, you can use really any, you could use your freaking couch pillow to give yourself a little lift here. Just depending on how tight your hamstrings are today, you're welcome to drape yourself over the leg. Just notice that you keep bringing that left hip back and your lower back is long. We don't want this. We want this. So either you're lifted or you're walking over that leg. Come back over into your lunge. Tuck the back toes under. Step back to plank or knee plank. And we're going to lower all the way down again. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, fold down to a low, just a lying position. Inhale, lift. Come to higher cobra, or you can reach all the way through, lift the knees off the mat to your upward facing dog. Roll over the toes, lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Bend the knees, look forward, walk or hop or however you want to get to the top of the mat. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, shins or thighs. And exhale, fold. Just drape those hands over the feet. You can really bend the knees here. So if you are like this, don't do that. It'll mess your back up. You want to bend the knees so that you can get your belly on the tops of the thighs. So this can be, you could be like this. I want you to be like this more than this. Weight into the balls of the feet. We're going to really engage the thighs, the glutes, and roll all the way up to stand. Take a second here, reach the arms over the head. Hands come to heart center. I need to lift the screen again. There's no place in my house that is far enough away from me so that my head isn't cut off. So now we're going to do tree. Roll those shoulders a couple times. This is a fun balancing pose that you can try in a couple different ways, so I'll offer you a few options again. We'll start with the left foot planted. The right foot, now you can't really see me. Let me bend down a little bit. So the right foot can be either, the toes can be touching the ground, your heel can just be on the ankle. That's one option. And we'll start with hands at heart center. Or it can be on the thigh or on the calf. It can also come all the way up to the inner thigh. So it's kind of your choice what you want to play with today. From here, you want to sandwich wherever your foot falls. You really want to press that leg into the foot and the foot into the leg. So you're like pressing a panini. And then reach that knee back so you're engaging the glutes. Long spine. You can play with closing the eyes here, just seeing what happens. Ooh. You can play with what arms you want. You could have cactus arms. You can reach the arms up. And just notice how your body just naturally is trying to balance you. You have so many stabilizer muscles in you that are working for you every single time you stand up. Just acknowledge them. And maybe they're working really hard and you're falling, but just enjoy it. Enjoy just the silliness of it. It's just yoga. So notice if you're taking yourself really seriously here and just play with it. You You can find a spot to focus on, or a drishti, just a spot that you can find stillness even if you're wobbling around a lot. You want to find some place that you can center on. And just notice that inner guidance the body is giving you, where you're kind of wobbling towards, or just where you're kind of leaning to balance the body. Bring the hands back to heart center. Release that foot, shake out the feet. Thank your left foot for doing all the work, basically. That left standing leg, that trunk. And we'll do the opposite side. So root through the right leg. Pick your position, either ankle, calf, or thigh. Bring the hands to heart center. Find a spot to focus on. Engage the glutes so that knee starts to come back. The hips are trying to be center. Notice that. And then lift out of those rooted places in the body, the glutes, the thighs, the feet. Lift out of those once you feel that. So your heart is growing forward and up. The hands are growing out and up. And just notice that extension, that openness in the body. If you're super wobbly, then just have fun with it. Get extra points for falling, because that'll work your stabilizer muscles even more. One more breath here. And exhale, release. And I'm going to my screen down a little bit. Okay, we're going to kind of come into Malasana pose. So you might say like, Katie, what do you, no, just no. But bear with me, I have a few options here too. So your feet will be about mat's width distance, if you were like this, depending on how long your legs are. You're just going to sit your hips back. You're going to press your elbows into your inner thighs, and you're going to lift the heart up as the tailbone sinks. If this is like, no, then you can lift the heels. Maybe bring your feet in a little bit more, and you can be on your heels too here. You just want to feel some openness in the hip flexors. You can also put something under your heels, like a pillow. That might feel a little bit better, or like a block or whatever you have to substitute a block. You can sit under your hips. So that can be a little more comfy if you're like, yeah, right. So we're going to be here for just a couple more breaths. I know can be really intense posture, but I think it's important to open up the hips and release some things there, since we hold a lot of tension. Obviously, I feel very tense here right now. And a lot of emotion in the hips, in the body in general, but in the hips specifically, there's a lot. So keep lifting up through the heart. If this is really easy for you, try lifting up and building some strength. And lift the hips up and come into a forward fold. Just rock back and forth. Then from here, we're going to keep heel toning the feet out, pretty wide, coming into a wide-legged forward fold. You can bend the knees here, and the feet, the toes are facing forward towards that long edge of the mat. So you can use a block here too, or something to boost you up, or you can just go for it. Whatever your legs are telling you, whatever your hips are telling you, listen to them. They know way more than I do. I can't even see you. So come on back down. We're going to walk towards that right foot. Might feel good to bend the knee. And then we're going to walk towards that left foot. And come back to center. Now we're going to engage the glutes, engage the legs. Bring the hands to the hips. Lift all the way up. Turn the toes to the corners of the mat. Bend those knees. Come to goddess pose. This is a challenging posture. It can build some heat in the thighs. It does build heat in the thighs. So stay strong. Plant through your groundedness. Plant through the feet. Engage the legs. See those knees? You want them to not be over the big toe, but reach them back towards the pinky toe and open the heart. Send the palms to the thighs, reach one shoulder forward, and then the other shoulder. And then come back to your goddess. Reach those fingers long, star. Oh, that can feel really good. And heel toe those feet, or you can hop to the center. And we're going to come to the top of our mat. We're going to take one more malasana, facing forward. I know. Breathe into the hips. Reach the heart forward. Press the triceps into the inner thighs. Sit the hips back. Again, you can be here. Here, we're going to sit back into the hips, or however you want to get to the ground, it's up to you. Come into the ground. Make sure the computer can see me. Okay. You guys, it keeps falling asleep. Okay. So we're on the floor. Bring the soles of the feet together. Open up through the knees. Again, you can use a block or a pillow to lift you up here. That feels good. If you feel kind of tense or tight in the lower back. Open up the soles of the feet like a book. Pry them open with your thumbs. You can give yourself a little massage here if you want. We all need those. And now you can't get one unless you do it to yourself or you have someone at home that is nice enough to. So give yourself some love. You can squeeze through the legs. Remind yourself that you're here. And then reach forward like there's a nice string pulling you towards the wall or wherever you're facing. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Keep reaching until you can't anymore. And then you're welcome to fall over those legs. This feels kind of strange with a block. I don't know if you're using one, but reach forward. And when you can't go forward anymore, you can let yourself fall over the legs. Lift up. This time come to a crisscross position with the legs. Or bring them in a little bit more towards the hips. Inhale, reach the fingertips up. Shoulders come down. Exhale. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, left palm comes to right knee. Place the right fingertips behind the spine. Inhale here. Exhale, twist. So you're twisting from the lower belly. You can feel that moving first. Really moving the whole spine and the shoulders. Then the head comes. Maybe looks behind you. With each breath, inhale, lengthen a little bit more. Exhale, twist a little deeper. So it's still but dynamic. Inhale, come forward. Head comes back last. Exhale here. Inhale, reach the fingertips up. Exhale, twist from the lower belly, wringing your body out like a rag. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist a little deeper. Use that breath to feel that strength in the lower belly, that heat. And it fills up your chest, opens up the heart. One more breath here. Inhale, come back around, head comes back last. Exhale. Inhale, lift the fingertips up. Exhale, bring the hands behind the spine, kind of by the neck. If your hands are not together, that is okay. You can just kind of pat yourself on the back. You're just lifting the heart, stretching through that neck and shoulders. Try and engage the rib through the rib cage, knit them together as you lift the heart. And exhale, come down. So you're facing the front of the mat. I'm just going to do kind of a silly core exercise. And if you are like, no, that is going to hurt my back or something, that's not going to feel good, then you don't have to do it. You can just chill. But we're going to try something kind of silly. And I can't see you, so even better. Well, not for me, but for you maybe. So we're going to either have our heels down or lifted. Our core is engaged. Our shoulders are back. Our back and lower back is really long. You feel that length there. You're not curved in. You're up on your sits bones. Maybe the feet lift, and maybe they stay on the mat. So from here, we're just going to walk back to about the middle of the mat. So booty scooch. Very official yoga posture. And then we're going to come back. So you have pretty good amount of space to lay back down. And lower the heels if they're not already lowered. Open up the heart. Reach the fingertips forward. Inhale. And start slowly lowering yourself down onto the mat. Vertebrae by vertebrae. Reach the fingers over the head. And just relish your weight. Relish the feeling of the floor underneath you. The body begins to release. Bring the right knee in towards your chest. Wrap your arms around it. And then grab underneath the hamstring. Reach the right foot up into the sky. Circle the ankle. Give your ankle some love, one way and the other. And then draw that right big toe over towards the left ankle, or the left shoulder, sorry guys. Getting into the IT band, it feels really good for me to roll my ankle here too. And come back over. If it feels good, you can let the right leg out to the side. Just kind of explore what that leg wants. Come back to center. And then from here, we're just going to lower it all the the way down. And notice it feels longer than the left. Feels different, at least for me. Bring the left knee in. Extend up, grab under the hamstring. Flex those toes back towards you. And your leg can be really anywhere along this line. It can be here. Mine can't right now. Circle the ankle. If you want more stretch, you can reach up and grab the foot. But you want to make sure your shoulder is down. And cross it over the body. Slightly. Keep rolling that ankle. Keep taking deep breaths. Come back to center. Let the leg drop out to the side. And bring it back in. Slowly float it down. Bring both knees in. Shift the hips to the left. Drop your knees to the right. Extend the arms out. You can bring the gaze to the left fingertips. Palms are open. Full body twist. Start to feel yourself sinking even deeper into the posture. It can feel good to some to close your eyes down here, so you can explore that if you'd like. And let your breath, your inhale, really just release any leftover tension that's in the belly. Let your left shoulder sink down into the earth as much as it can. And just enjoy the stillness. Drink your breath in. It's delicious. And you're going to use the core to bring the knees up. You're going to shift your hips to the right, drop your knees to the left. Bring the gaze to your right fingertips and explore this side, this shoulder. Notice if there's a difference. Again, use that inhale to release tension in the hips, the belly. Exhale it out. Maybe drop a little deeper into the pose or feel a little heavier. Engage the belly, lift the knees up, bring the knees in towards your chest, wrap your hands around the outer edges of the feet, and lift the soles of the feet up to the sky. So the knees are in towards your armpits, the feet are lifted up, and the feet are pressing into your hands, the hands are pressing into your feet, the shoulders are rooted into the earth, they're plugged in, and the tailbone is long on the mat. So you don't want to lift it up. You want it long. Happy baby. So you're welcome to rock around here. You are welcome to stay still here. You can explore, maybe stretching one leg out and the other. You can explore smiling like a baby is usually doing when it's in this posture. Finally, bring the soles of the feet to touch. Bring the shins in. Wrap your arms around the shins. Let the shoulders drop down. Give yourself a big squeeze. You can even bring the chest up to the knees if that feels good. Squeeze all of the body, even the face. Inhale and exhale. Release. Release all the way down. If it feels uncomfortable to be all the way lying, then you can always bring the knees up. That feels better. Or bring a pillow underneath the legs. We're coming to our final resting pose, Shavasana. Walk the shoulder blades underneath. Let the arms just drape out. The hands are up, or the palms are up towards the sky. The thighs are releasing out, externally rotated. Take a deep breath in the belly. Exhale out the mouth. Start to release any last bit of tension in the toes, ankles. Feel the heaviness in the calves. Release the kneecaps. Anything left over in the thighs, feel them sinking. The hips. Relax the belly. The shoulders are open, as open as they can be. Elbows, wrists, and the fingers, feel them just sinking. The neck softens, the chin softens, muscles around the face, the mouth, nose, and the space between the eyebrows and scalp. Find that stillness between each inhale and exhale. Your stillness. Sensations or thoughts arise here. It's okay that they're there. Accept them or notice them. And then come back to the breath. Come back to yourself here. I'll let you guys finish out the rest of this Shavasana for as long as you'd like. Please stay at least 10 breaths. And thank you for practicing with me. So we can continue being in our bodies and being there for each other in the present way. Namaste.